What is up? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel today. I have a really good video on the Sony LinkBuds that I'm going to be bringing you today, the Sony LinkBuds. Just want to say thank you for tuning in to DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned in, please lock into my channel. All I like to do is do review videos, bring you valued items, bring you maybe items you don't see a lot of videos out there for, or any kind of item. If I can get my hands on it, I definitely want to review it for you if I can. All I like to do is make it really easy, do the research for you so you don't have to, and then leave some links in case you guys are interested in the product. So thank you so much. Please tune in if this is helpful at all. I'm just trying to help, just trying to give you some information out there. So give me a like if it's helpful at all, and let's get into the video. First, it does come in a box with a cover like this. I had to kind of rip this open to get it open, and then here's the box right here. Kind of cool little flip box, and it has the protector on the actual item here. And then if you lift the box out here, it has on the back side, it's going to have some little tips for your ears, and then also the charge cord is in the back there, the USB Type-C. I have a lot of USB Type-C, so I'm just using a different cord. It also has some measurements there on the little clips that it comes with, and then quick start scanner, so you can quick start and get the app that you need to get it started. Now, it works good with the app, but it relies on the app a little bit too much. So I do have it on this tablet here, which is a on tablet, nothing fancy, and it also does work with my iPad mini, and it works the same way. I did have some issues locking on with my on tablet, trying to connect through Bluetooth, because you have to have the app to connect through the Bluetooth. So that's kind of weird. I don't like that. I wish you could just pick up the signal and hook through your normal Bluetooth methods, but you actually have to connect it with the app first for it to work with both iPhones, iPads, phones, things like that. You have to have that app, and it's called the Sony Connect app. I think it's even called the Sony Headphone Connect app, basically, and you'll be able to hook up to it. So then once you link it to it, it pretty much sets you through. You connect with the earbuds. You'll take the earbuds out of the case to connect. They automatically turn on when you do that, and then you'll just open the app and it'll take you through on how to get that done. Once you get the app fully fired up, you're going to have a screen like this, and it's going to show the earbuds, and it does give you cool information. It does show, like right there, it says that my earbuds are 99% charged. I have 72% charge on the box. So that has some kind of way to link to the app as well. And then it gives you status. So you'll have status to go to your music. So if you're using Apple or Tidal or Spotify, you'll be able to see what song you're playing within the app. And then you can go to sound here. And this has some cool speak to chat option, which is on. I'll probably shut that off. And then I have the equalizer. So it has an equalizer that you can mess with all kinds of settings, bright, mellow, relaxed, all kinds of settings, even custom settings that you can make yourself. You do have a 360 reality audio setup that you can analyze your ears and do all kinds of fancy stuff to optimize your 360 sound. And there's also an app that you have to download for that as well. So kind of rely on all these apps. If you go all the way down, you do have the Bluetooth connection quality. So it's going to ask you to prioritize that if you want great sound, or if you want to prioritize your stable connection a little bit more. But I have the sound quality prioritized. You have your DSE, you have a spatial sound optimization, and sit on that particular screen. Also, if you go to system here, so I'll tap on the system. Up top is where you find all your menu buttons there, but system, you have volume control, and you can change functionality on like how many times you want to tap the side by the earbuds, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit more. But you can adjust that within the app. You can pick a wide area and hit the little toggle for a little bit a wider area, so you don't have to really get all the way up by your ear. Also pauses headphones when they're taken off. All kinds of little options, automatic software downloads in the system settings. And then services is where I kind of told you where you can download extra apps to help you with some of the extra things you can do with these LinkBuds, like quick access with Spotify, enable quick access with Kindle, autoplay, a beta settings, and Ingress Prime, which has to do with some of your 360 sound as well. So a lot of functionality within the app, but you have to have the app to use it, okay? So you have to open the app and things like that. So sometimes, things get really complicated when they're just earbuds, but it is cool that it has all those features within them. So the app is very important, and you will need the app to unlock the full potential of these earbuds. At the same time, you also need it to connect Bluetooth, so that's very important as well. So let's talk about, before I show you the earbuds, let's go through the specs, and then I'll just give you the full tour of the earbuds as well. So these are the Sony LinkBuds. They are retailing right now at $179. They were a little bit more when they first came out. They are the WFL900 model. They do work with Siri, Google, and Alexa. The biggest thing that they are promoting about these LinkBuds is that they do have the hole in the middle. Like I said, if you can see that here, the hole in the middle, so you can really hear your surroundings. And like I said, I'm going to give you a better shot of that. But they do have an integrated processor chip in them to help you with all the technology that they have. They do give crystal clear phone calls, and they do actually have really good technology and microphones in them for phone calls. If you want a good earbud that you can get good phone calls on, and clear, precise talking, crystal clear with high sound quality, these are a good option for that. They do have 5 hours of battery life with music and your normal stuff, but that's going to drop in half if you're just making a continuous 2.5 hour call. That's where you're going to be at for battery life as well. They do have a 17-hour battery life with the actual box charger itself. So you put them in there. They do have a fast charging feature where you get 10 minutes of charging, you'll get 90 minutes of time with them. So that's pretty cool on the fast charging as well. They are Bluetooth 5.2. They do work on the 2.4 gigahertz band, and they do have Ipx Rated Waterproofing at 4, which is kind of low. So they're basically sweat, and you can splash some water on them, but that you don't want to get them submerged or in water at all, really, besides some drips of water or maybe some sweat there. They do have that fast charging feature, and they do have the 360 music app that you can get some extra features within your streaming music players that you decide to pick out there. So pretty good features. They do have an ambient sound enhancer, where if you're listening to music and the background is louder, then it's going to raise the volume for you, and then take it down if you're not in such a loud environment as well. I usually have that on. They also have one that is a speak to talk, and basically when you start talking, the headphones will shut off and the music you were listening to will stop, and you'll physically have to start them back again when you're ready after you're done talking. I do wish they had a feature where they would just pop on maybe after 30 seconds or 15 seconds. You could set that maybe, and they would come back on, because usually not talking for a long time, but who knows. I usually leave that off, because every time you talk or if you started singing to a song or something, they would shut off. So I usually leave that off. I just can't find it very usable for my scenario. So other than that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at them. Right here's the earbud. Like I said, there is different sizes of this band here, so there's different sizes in there. They do look pretty cool in my opinion. Here's the backside. They do have the little charging pins back there, and they do have a left and right printed. That is the right one right there with the red. And they do have this for different size ears, but I'll go ahead and put one in there. And like I said, they do look pretty good in my opinion. They fit in your ear really well. And fitment, which I will talk about here, is one of the most important things on these. Make sure they really go inside your ear, and that you turn them as well. So you might want to play with that a little bit when you first get them, so that way you can get the best fitment, which equals the best sound. If they're in your ear correctly, they will sound really good. If they're not in your ear or they don't fit quite right in your ear, you're not going to get the best sound out of them, and they're actually going to sound weak, really low volume, those types of things. You'll know that maybe they're not going to work for you. So that could be a very big negative if they just don't fit right for you. So that's something you kind of have to play with, and I think some people are going to be very happy with them and some people aren't, and it's going to be in fitment. I think I am like in between. I think they sound pretty good. They fit really well. They're really light. They're only like 32 grams or 1.02 ounces or something like that. But they fit really good. They're super light. I almost can kind of forget that they're in my ear because they're so light. They also feel really good in my ear. They feel like very free. Like it doesn't feel like you have something in your ear compared to other earbuds where they have the little, I'll grab a little example here, where they have like, this is not an earbud, but it's kind of like some have the little rubber tip on those that really go into your ear, kind of get uncomfortable after a while, and they also give you that pressure feeling, like there's pressure in your head. Some headphones or some earbuds can give you that feeling. These do not. They feel very free, and I can enjoy that. That's kind of why I like them. But fitment is very important, and like I said, you might want to kind of get them in your ear and also try to maybe turn them a little bit, make sure they're just right where they're really kind of down in your ear and they're feeling okay. Because like I said, the better they're in your ear, and like might want to try to turn them some kind of little way too, to find your best sweet spot so you can have the best sound, because the better they're in your ear, the better they sound actually. So pretty cool. You could definitely like jog with them and do things like that. They do stick in your ear very well, and like I said, they do have the different size little bands to stay in your ear better. So I do like that about them. So definitely in the comfort department, I think these are very comfortable, and I really like them. They'd be really good for if you wanted to use them at work actually, because they're very comfortable. You can still hear your surroundings, which is one of the biggest features that they want to put out there, that you can hear your surroundings. When you talk, you can shut them off. With features like that, your ambient sounds and stuff can raise and lower volumes with them. So very, very cool product, and I do enjoy their comfort. Let's talk about sound profile really quick. Like I said, it's going to be kind of subjective to a lot of people because of the fitment. Like I said, if the better they fit in your ear, the better they're going to sound. They might have a little bit more bass to somebody. Then if they don't fit right, they're going to sound really, really high and not going to sound like they have any bass whatsoever. So it's going to be kind of in fitment on these. So you're really going to kind of have to take a chance on them if you want to pick one up, because you're going to have to hope they fit really good, and then you're going to, decide if they sound really good. So when I've got them perfectly in my ear, and they actually sound really, really good. I do like all the tones, including the bass tones, are pretty accurate and they sound pretty good. They're light. They are light. The bass is not as heavy as a pair of headphones. If you want a good bassful, warm sound, you're going to be more happy with a pair of headphones than these, because these aren't really, in my opinion, made for heavy bass. They're just not. They're made for a good representation of the music, but not for heavy bass. So you're not going to get heavy bass out of them, but you're going to get good tones out of them. And then if you listening to like really heavy rap with really heavy bass, it might sound a little shady. It might not sound correct to the song that you would hear it with a different speaker. So it's not really made for heavy basses, but it is pretty accurate and decent in my opinion. Where they're gonna shine is definitely with the mid-range and the treble. They really the voice is really clear, really the clarity is really good in my opinion. So definitely going to get clarity and all that comes with that in the high range of everything. So that's why they're so good for maybe office type work, because of the phone calls. They're really good for phone calls. The microphone's really good. They're really clear when you hear the voice back and those types of things. So that's kind of where they're aiming. That's where they're aiming. Podcasts are going to sound really good. YouTube videos sound pretty decent and that type of thing. So very cool features and very cool sound in my opinion. They're just going to be lacking bass. If you're a bass head, then yeah, you're definitely not going to like these, like I said. So other than that, let's get into positives and negatives and get you guys out of here. Basically, the LinkBuds positive is right now is they're running at a good value. I don't know, Sony stuff usually comes out really expensive and then they start marking it down just a little bit because they either come up with a new product or, you know, just trying to phase things out a little bit. These were running right around $180, but you can get them close to between $100, $120 now on Amazon and things like that. So I think that's a pretty good value for these, especially if you want to use them at the office or at work or things like that, where you still need to hear your surroundings, but you can still have enough music in your ear to listen to them at decent volume levels. Now, if you turn these up to their highest level, it does block out a lot of the sound. You're going to hear your earbuds and not the surroundings. So it does have enough volume, but at the same time, if you're in a really loud thing, like a loud train or a loud plane, you're still going to hear the plane and the train. It doesn't have that much volume. So kind of going to have to decide that. They're not super loud compared to if you had a pair of headphones on. So you're still going to hear that background. Positives, like I said, the technology that they have on them is pretty cool. The quick charging is very cool. With the 10 minutes and you get 90 minutes of play time. Bluetooth is working decently, crystal clear and high quality. I would agree with that. They have good sound, good musical sound as well. You're just not going to get the lower end as much. All right, so negatives. I would say negatives is the IPX rating 4. It's kind of low compared to some other products out there that you can't get them as, you know, that's just basically sweat proof in my opinion. So that's kind of a negative. Also kind of a negative is battery life. Like if you were on a phone call for 2.5 hours, that would probably be the max on that, and then 5 hours for normal time. I do like the quick charging, but I wish they would just run for a little bit longer. I think they have the technology to do that. Also, the real reliability with the app, that kind of frustrates me. So if I wanted to maybe link these to a TV or something, how am I going to do that if they don't show up on the Bluetooth app? So, or on the Bluetooth, on your normal Bluetooth selections when you're using other products, that you have to have the Sony Bluetooth Connect app to get them to launch. So that could be a little frustrating. I haven't quite tested it on a bunch of products, so I might look into that and maybe give an update, but that could be a negative in my opinion. I think that's about it. The build quality is really good. The comfort quality I do like I said, it's probably the most comfortable pair of earbuds that I own right now, and I do have a bunch. So one of the most comfortable, and they're very easy to clean as well. So you take them out, you can wipe them down and things like that. You don't have to worry about you know, like the foam tips or the vinyl tips, which, you know, get stuff all over them. So they're very easy to clean, maintenance, take care of, feel great in the ear. All definitely positive. So definitely some positives and negatives there. Also, like I said, if they don't fit quite right in your ear, you're going to think that they sound horrible and that they're really low volume. So hopefully they fit and all that good stuff, but that's something you'll have to do if you pick up a pair. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. We'll catch you on the next one.
Hello, this is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. Just giving you a quick test on how the microphones sound in the Sony LinkBuds. So if you do any memo, chat, or just talking on the phone, this is the sound you're going to get from the Sony LinkBuds. All right, here's my quick test.